wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, boys? It's Clements back on the mic, back with another banger of a video, and today I want to hop on and give my take on the new Kong and Godzilla event that went live as of yesterday in Warzone. As everyone will already know, it's a hot topic in the community right now. It's all over the internet, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere I see people talking about it. But before I do go ahead and do that, I just wanted to address something. So over the next few months you'll notice a huge dip in uploads on the channel due to a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. I've also had to return my iMac that I did put a community post up about, and now I'm using my old computer again, which kind of sucks. But once I'm refunded, I'll be looking into buying a new gaming PC or some sort of high-end PC that I know will allow for 4K editing with ease. My iMac was perfect for the editing portion, it was brilliant, it really felt good, and now I'm back to using this piece of crap again. But yeah, so I just wanted to get that out there, just because, you know, uploads are going to seriously dip for a while. I have a couple of videos uploaded in private ready to go live whenever I choose, that I made on my iMac before I boxed it up and obviously sent it back to Apple. I'll probably put those out in the next week, maybe a few days in between, both of them being uploaded, and then after then, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do. I might still be able to make a few videos, I don't know, we'll see, but I'm definitely going to be looking to buy the new PC soon, sooner rather than later, as soon as possible really, so I can get back to making videos whenever I want, pretty much almost every day. So yeah, I still might be able to make a few videos, we'll see, I don't know, we will see. So yeah, anyway, enough rambling, let's get into things. So this event, now I've come on, I don't think this event was anything special, especially in comparison to, you know, Fortnite live events that we have got, and I think Fortnite has set the threshold for a good event quite high, and so it's difficult for people and myself to really appreciate what the devs have done for this event in Warzone. But yeah, I put a lot of effort and thought into what I'm going to say in this video because I'm quite passionate about this event and my opinion. I want to get my opinion across out there, because most of the opinions out there already are quite negative towards this event. So yeah, this event in comparison to Fortnite isn't huge, but in comparison to other past events that we've gotten in the days of Verdansk or just the entire life cycle of Warzone so far, this event, in my opinion, is a huge step in the right direction. I think the devs have really thought about this event. I think they've really thought this event out and put effort into it, which is something that they don't usually do, let's be honest. And I think that this event, while it's cool, I'm going to be honest and say that I'll admit the first 2 or 3 games are amazing. It's cool for the first 2 or 3 games to see these huge crossed over monsters in the game and to interact with them and whatever else, so on and so forth. Just to see them in the game and interact with them is brilliant. But after 2 or 3 games, I'll admit that the mode has no replayability whatsoever. There's no reason to really play this limited time mode over and over again. And I know that it's going to be in the game for apparently 2 weeks, which is huge. I think it's because they put so much effort into this event, which they don't usually do. I think that's why they want to extend it and kind of keep it in the game, because they've obviously worked really hard on this, and for a very long time they've been wanting to put this event in and worked on it really hard. So yeah, I understand why they're doing it, but 2 weeks it just seems a bit too long to me, in my personal opinion. But yeah, there's no really reason to play it again over and over again after 2 or 3 games. After just like a few games, you'll be like, and just go back to a regular BR or whatever. I don't think Rebirth's actually in the game at the minute, but you just go back to playing normal regular BR or whatever. So realistically speaking, it's a pretty mid event, I will admit, but I definitely think Raven have excelled themselves this time. I put a community post up about this, asking your guys' opinion whether it's a win or a loss, or, you know, whether you like it or not. A lot of people were saying that they don't and they're expecting to see a fight, but I'll get onto that in a minute. But yeah, I think I agree with most people saying this event isn't anything huge. Okay, I think in terms of Warzone it's huge, but in terms of just gaming in general and things like Fortnite, obviously taking up a huge portion of the Battle Royale gaming market, if you will. I think as of a result of Fortnite creating this huge expectation from everybody about these kind of events in game, I think that people can't really see and appreciate the effort that they have actually put into this event and how much of a step forward it really is, especially going off of social media such as Twitter. Definitely see a lot of negativity surrounding this event. And personally, I didn't even think they could do this kind of thing on the MW engine that Warzone runs off right now. Obviously, there's a lot of limitations there with the current engine Warzone runs off of. But speaking of Twitter, the number one thing I hear or read that people are complaining about is the fact that people keep complaining that the 2 Titans don't fight. Whilst that is disappointing, I'd like to make a very clear point, I don't think Raven, Activision, Call of Duty, anybody it's any sort of insider, or they haven't actually come out on social media and publicly said it's Godzilla versus Kong. I don't think they've ever actually said that it is Godzilla versus Kong. It's always been Godzilla X Kong, at least to my knowledge. And I think they have marketed it in a very misleading way, like the cutscene we got teasing the upcoming event a couple of weeks back. That really was misleading, I'll admit that fully, and I think that's why people were misled into believing we were going to see a live brawl between these two monsters in-game as we play it. And personally, I wasn't expecting that. I mean, if you're familiar with me, my channel, I like to keep my expectations low and realistic, so that's what I was doing. I was keeping my expectations for this event realistic and low, because I wasn't expecting that good of an event. Because Raven in the past, like I've mentioned, have proven themselves to be incapable of making a good event. Every event during the Days of Verdansk sucked ass. I think the majority of people can agree with me on that. The Warzone's never really had that good of an event, and I think this one, I just appreciate this event for what it is, because I think it is a step in the right direction. I think that maybe because I was keeping my expectations low, I'm more appreciative of this event that we've gotten. I don't know. By no means am I saying this is a good event. I just think that they've really pushed the boundaries this time of what they and us as the community are really used to, and I respect that, honestly. I don't think the Titans, Godzilla and Kong fighting is really a possibility on the current engine or hardware. I think that they've really excelled themselves just by bringing these two giant AI controlled models into the map. Like I said, I didn't even know they could even do that, to be honest, on the current engine. First time I dropped in, I was mind blown at how good they looked, in all honesty. I think they really did a great job of the models and the animations. I think I and everyone else was just expecting a little bit more, and maybe a cutscene at the end, just of the two fighting would have been enough, but we didn't even get that, which sucks, and I think is out of character for Raven, because the majority of the time these events are just usually a cutscene, and the one time we actually get an in-game event that's really cool, we don't even get a cutscene at the end of the game to wrap anything up. I'm just guessing that when this event does eventually end in 2 weeks' time, or a week and a half, whenever this video goes live, I think they might give us a cutscene at the end, maybe on YouTube or something, on Twitter, wherever, just kind of wrapping up the event. But yeah, we'll see what happens in 2 weeks' time when this event does eventually end. And like I said, I think 2 weeks is a little bit too long. I think it's really dragging the event along. After 2 or 3 games, it's kind of like, what's the point of playing this event anymore? And so 2 weeks of this is really going to drag for the majority of people. And with things like Rebirth and Rebirth Plunder, which I really enjoy being taken out of the game for this event, I think 2 weeks is a bit too long. Honestly, I think it should just be a week, which is what's usually the case for playlist updates and events. One thing I'd like to touch on before the end of this video is the fact that the bundles that they've added are actually really cool. I will say, well, I'll say that the only one that is kind of basic and kind of sucked is the Kong pack. I was really disappointed in the Kong pack, and I love King Kong, you know. I think the first original King Kong was amazing. It's like a 3-hour-long movie. Well, I mean, it's not the original. There were films before that, obviously, back in the day, black and white film and stuff. But that was the first film that I really enjoyed as a young kid. You know, I really loved King Kong. Kong Skull Island, which is kind of like a more modernised version of King Kong, wasn't the best. I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding that film, but still, it's a Kong film. I really enjoyed it. I really like the fact that it became, I mean, in the original King Kong, the one that I watched when I was younger, I think it's like 30 foot tall, which is still really big, and then now he's 100 foot tall, obviously, in comparison to Godzilla. It's around about the same size. I still really enjoyed Kong Skull Island, though. I think it was a pretty good film. I know the majority of people think that it sucked, but yeah, I think the new Kong bundle does suck, and they kind of did me dirty there. But yeah, both Godzilla packs are extremely cool, though. There's a standard Godzilla, which dropped obviously 3 or 4 days ago at the time of this recording, and then there's a new one that's coming out that I know some people already have. I think if you buy the Godzilla and the Kong pack, then it'll prompt you to buy the Mecha Godzilla, so you can get it early. But yeah, that's soon to drop for everybody in some sort of star rotation that's going to be happening during this event. There's going to be a Mecha Godzilla, which is obviously from the film Kong vs Godzilla, or Godzilla vs Kong, whichever way it is. But yeah, I think they've done a really good job of the skins. I think a lot of people are under the impression that this event was just an entire cash grab, which, I mean, I guess it really was. A lot of people are under the influence that it was. But people always think that, and myself included, you know, the majority of the time, and I don't blame myself or the community for thinking that way. I think Activision have done that to themselves, have damaged their own reputation like that. They've really portrayed themselves as a money hungry corporate company, which is what they are. Yeah, that's all I've really got to say about this event. I think it's a step in the right direction. I wasn't expecting this big of an event. Whilst, like I said, it's not really that big in terms of gaming in general, but in terms of Warzone, I think it is really big, and I think a lot of people need to see that and appreciate the fact that it is a step in the right direction. Let me know what you guys think about this event down below. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's shit? Are you enjoying it? Just remember, guys, that we could have got a really shit event, and whilst people say this event is shit, realistically I really don't think it is. I think they've done a fantastic job, the devs, of, you know, the character models and stuff like that. The fact that we can interact with Godzilla and Kong, call in like a scream device, we can call in like a Godzilla beams people and Kong throws a massive rock at a location that you've set. It's not brilliant, but we could have got something way worse than this. We could have just got a cutscene, guys, so please remember that. I've been Clements, you guys have been absolutely amazing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and take care.